Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. You send us the sources, and we dig in to pull out the key insights for you.
That's the plan.
So today we're diving into the principles behind reaching your goals. We're looking at analyses of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Exactly. And the core idea, really, that jumps out from these sources is this link between what you think and what actually happens, your reality, and especially the role of intense desire.
Right. It's not just about, thinking positively, is it? The sources seem to push beyond just wishing for things.
They really do. It's about dissecting how you move from simply wanting to actively achieving. That's what we're unpacking today based on Hill's influential work.
And we've got our expert here to add context and maybe go a bit deeper. Let's start with that foundational idea. Thoughts become reality. That can sound a little, mystical maybe.
It can, yeah.
Right.
But the way these analyses frame it, it's more about the tangible effect of mental focus. Hill's core premise, as interpreted here, is that our thoughts, the good ones, the bad ones, they aren't just passing clouds. They actually shape our outcomes.
How so?
Well, think about the difference they draw between having a success-conscious mindset and a failure-conscious one. It's about where you habitually park your thoughts.
So it's less magic, more. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. If you're always braced for failure, maybe you act in ways that make it more likely.
Precisely. That's what these sources emphasize. The need to deliberately steer your thoughts. It's not about wishing results into existence out of thin air. It's more that a constant focus on success primes your mind. You start seeing opportunities. You take actions that line up with the goal. You're building a mental environment for success.
Okay, that makes more sense. A crucial distinction. Now, you mentioned desire. That word pops up constantly in these analyses, but not just any desire.
No, absolutely not. They stress that Hill makes a really sharp difference between just, a casual wish or a hope and what he calls a burning desire.
Burning desire sounds intense.
It is. And according to these sources, it's presented as the absolute bedrock, the starting point for any big achievement. Without that powerful, unwavering drive, success is likely to stay out of reach.
So what defines this burning desire? It can't just be wanting something a lot, can it? There must be more to it.
There is. The analyses highlight three key parts. First, definiteness of purpose. Meaning your desire has to be super specific, measurable. Vagueness is like the enemy here. You can't just want more money.
Right. You need an exact number.
Exactly. Like saying, I want this amount of money versus just, I want to be rich. That clarity gives you a target.
Okay. Specificity is number one. What's next?
Second is emotional intensity. This isn't just a logical goal. It has to be felt deeply, almost like an obsession, the sources say.
Visceral.
Yeah, it's that powerful feeling that keeps you going when things get tough, when you hit setbacks. It's the emotional fuel.
It needs to hook into something real inside you, not just a surface level want.
That's the idea. And the third element is faith in achievement, an unshakable belief, a conviction you can actually do it. These sources explain this work subcontractly. It helps you notice and grab opportunities related to your goal.
While doubt just gets in the way, clouds things.
Exactly. Doubt is a major roadblock, according to this view. So you have those three. Clear goal, strong emotion, solid belief. They all seem to feed into each other.
It's a powerful combination. Now, Think and Grow Rich itself, it came out during the Great Depression. Does that timing tell us anything? Why did it hit so hard then?
Oh, absolutely. The sources definitely point that out. Publishing it during such a tough economic time, it offered hope. A potential roadmap for people struggling.
A sense of agency, maybe.
Perhaps. And crucially, remember, Hill's work wasn't just armchair philosophy. He spent, over 20 years interviewing more than 500 successful people?
500? That's a lot of data points, real-world experience.
It is. And these analyses often mention Andrew Carnegie, the industrialist. He was the one who apparently challenged Hill to figure out if there was a common success formula.
So Carnegie kind of commissioned the whole project. That adds some serious weight.
It does. He wanted Hill to pin down a philosophy of success anyone could use, no matter where they started from. So these principles we're talking about, they're meant to be grounded in observed reality, not just theory.
Okay, so we have this idea. Thoughts influence reality. And we need this intense, specific desire. But how do you make it, well, happen? The sources talk about Hill's 6-step method. That sounds practical.
It is. This is where the theory gets operationalized. Hill's 6 steps, as laid out in these analyses, are like a blueprint for turning that burning desire into actual results.
Let's walk through them. Step 1.
Step 1 ties right back to what we just discussed. Fix the exact amount of money you desire. Or whatever the goal is, make it absolutely precise. Quantify it.
No more fuzzy wishes for success. Get concrete. What's step 2?
Step 2. Determine what you will give in return. This is key. The sources stress this idea of exchange. What value, what service, what effort are you putting on the table?
Ah, right. It's not just about getting. It's about contributing something, too. Okay, step 3.
Step 3. Establish a definite timeline. Put a date on it. Set a deadline for reaching that specific goal. The analyses say this creates urgency, focuses your energy.
So, what I'll give and by when makes sense. What's 4?
Step 4. Create a detailed plan. You need a strategy, a roadmap. Even if it's not perfect at first, the sources mention it just needs to be actionable. You need concrete steps you can start taking right away.
Action beats perfect inaction. Got it. Halfway there. Step 5.
Step 5. Write a clear, concise statement. Put it all down on paper. The exact goal, the deadline, what you'll give, the plan. Writing it down, the sources say, makes it more real. It's like a contract with yourself.
I think one source gave a template, didn't it? Something like, by date, I'll have X amount, which I'll get by doing Y following Z plan.
Exactly. Seeing it written out like that gives it weight. And finally, step 6. This one's crucial, according to the analyses. Step 6. Reinforce through daily rituals. This means reading that written statement aloud twice a day, morning and night.
The repetition. Why is that so important?
It's about programming your subconscious mind. That's the principle of autosuggestion. You're constantly feeding your goal into the part of your mind that works behind the scenes.
Like planting seeds over and over.
That's a good way to put it. These analyses suggest our subconscious is always listening, always receptive. So by feeding it these focused thoughts daily, you're aligning it with what you want to achieve.
And that ties back to what you said earlier about selective attention.
Precisely. Your mind gets tuned in. It starts noticing things, opportunities, resources that are relevant to your goal, things you might have missed before.
Like when you buy a certain type of car, and suddenly you see it everywhere.
Exactly like that. Your awareness shifts. This whole 6-step thing really emphasizes taking active control, doesn't it? Moving beyond just hoping.
It definitely does. Now, even with that burning desire, that detailed plan, the sources hammer home the need for persistence.
Yeah.
Why is sticking with it so critical?
Well, desire lights the fire, right? But persistence is what keeps it burning when the wind blows. And it will blow. You'll hit obstacles.
Inevitably.
Yeah. And these analyses point out that so many people quit too soon, sometimes right before they're about to break through. That burning desire we talked about, that's what gives you the grit, the resilience to push through setbacks.
There was also mention of burning bridges. Sounds pretty final.
It does. It means total commitment, no plan B, no option to retreat. It's an extreme idea, maybe, but these sources suggest that level of focus is sometimes what it takes.
They mentioned examples, didn't they? Edison and the light bulb.
Right. Or Marshall Field rebuilding his business after huge fires in Chicago. Examples of just immense determination fueled by that powerful desire.
It's inspiring, that level of commitment.
Yep.
Okay, so Think and Grow Rich has been around a while. Do these ideas still work today in our, crazy, hyper-connected world, as the sources put it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the analyses seem to suggest, yes, the core ideas hold up remarkably well.
Even with all the distractions?
Even then. Because the fundamentals, setting clear goals, staying focused despite the noise, digging deep for persistence when things get hard, those seem pretty timeless, don't they? They're human challenges.
Yeah, that makes sense. The landscape changes,
Right.
The tech changes, but needing that internal drive, that clarity, that probably doesn't change much.
Exactly. The tools might be different, the world looks different, but the underlying psychology of setting and striving for a goal, these sources argue it's still profoundly relevant.
Okay. So wrapping up this deep dive, what are the absolute key takeaways from looking at goal achievement through this lens based on these sources?
I think the main thing is the synergy. It's the combination of your thoughts, that really intense, specific desire, and then deliberate, consistent action. It's not enough to just think positive or vaguely want something. You need that focused mind fueled by the burning desire, and then you need the practical plan, the daily reinforcement, the whole package.
It really brings home that achievement isn't passive. It starts inside with controlling your focus, but then demands you actively translate that into real-world effort day after day.
That sums it up nicely. It's an active process, start to finish.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening is stemming from this.
Yeah.
What's one burning desire you hold right now? Something that really resonates deep down. And thinking about these steps, what's just one specific measurable thing you could actually do today to start moving towards it?
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.